Hello, everyone, and welcome to Kasha's Sewing and Fashion Center. My name is Brenda Holmes, and I'm here today to share with you Sewism number 13 of things you will not get in a sewing class. Now, you may be wondering, what is a sewism? A sewism is just practical knowledge about sewing that you probably don't give much thought to, but in reality, they really do affect how we sew, okay? So, sewism number 13 is the three P's: practice, practice, practice. Now, I made this video because there are people out there who are beginners, and also those who haven't sewn in a while, or those who sew occasionally. Sometimes we don't think about how our garments is going to turn out. But I'm going to give you one foundational principle that will help you to be able to get your garments to a quality level. And that one foundation is not the only one, but this one is really important. You need to learn how to sew straight, okay? Because if you learn how to sew straight, everything will turn out pretty much the same. If you have been sewing on a pattern and things didn't match up as well, it's probably because your seam allowances were different at certain points in times in your garment as you were sewing it. So I say be consistent, and the only way you can do that is to practice. Now, it may seem really awkward when you first start, so I suggest you use a magnetic seam guide if you can on your sewing machine. Now, I always have my students sew their seams with a magnetic seam guide, and I also have them stitch on these little sewing samples. And this is like a 3 by 6 inch rectangle, and they just stitch along the side, turn it over, stitch on the other side, just to get some practice. Okay, so they practice as many of those as they want to, just to get that brain eye hand connection, because you do need that. Once you get that brain eye hand connection, it's not as stressful or anxiously as you know when you first start, because it really does become automatic once you start to make that connection. Okay, so I say your foundation to any quality garment is straight stitching. Okay, so if you practice practice these principles, they will be most rewarding to you. Okay, so you've heard that practice makes perfect. Now, that is not always true with sewing, but I tell you, if you practice these principles with a seam guide, I can tell you 99% of the time you are right on the money. And you don't have to worry about your seams getting too small or too large in certain areas, and things don't match up. So, if you practice, that will become second nature to you. Okay, so that is my sewism for you. Sewism number 13, the three P's: practice, practice, practice. Now, if this video has brought any clarity to the way you approach your stitching, I say like, share, and subscribe, and even make a comment. My name is Brenda Holtz. I am the owner and instructor for Kasha Sewing and Fashion Center, and I will see you in the next video. I'm going to say bye for now.